Hello, welcome to Oweleketv News. I am Francis Etim, and thanks for being with us. First, the headlines. Without obedience, Nigeria would have been swept over by tyranny. Shehu Sani. Witchcraft accusations, reasons for high rate of children in the street. CSOS. Mohammad reacts to call for his arrests. A delegate commissions the attack Kumosa market and urges merchants to stop altering measurement mode. Shehu Sani, a social critic and former Nigerian lawmaker, said the supporters of the Labour Party LP, popularly called Obedients, are the reason Nigeria has not fallen into the dictatorship. According to him, the Obedients have been a bone stuck in the neck of the ruling party. Sani, who has been a vocal voice since the February 25th presidential election, commended Peter Obi's army of supporters over their influence on the politics. He stated this in a tweet on his verified Twitter handle on Wednesday, saying, "If you remove the supporters of the Labour Party from the Nigerian political space, we will not have the peace and tranquility we want." He added that Peter Obi is challenging the victory of the candidate of the All Progressive Congress (APC) in the immediate past election. The matter is currently before the Presidential Election Petitions Tribunal (PEPT), which is set to decide the fate of the two candidates. As the International Day for the Street Children is marked, witchcraft branding and accusations have been said to be the reason more youngsters are left on the streets by their families and parents. Street children are those kids who are either denied or rejected or disowned by their families and parents and are left to fend for themselves outside their homes, many of whom lack food, clothing, shelter, healthcare, and family concerns. However, the program coordinator, Basic Right Council Initiative, BRCI, Mrs. Ese Igbo, blames sorcery accusations and branding as causes of street children increase and called for disciplinary measures from the government to curb the trend. She added that reason these children are on the street is because of witchcraft accusations. Some parents accuse their children of sorcery and drive them away from their homes, while others are forced to leave because of hostile environment at homes. The theme for this year's celebration is keeping street-connected children safe. It featured a road walk and donation of food, footwear, and refreshment to some street children in the Calabar metropolis. But some Nigerians outside Calabar feels there are other factors that lead to the increase in the number of street children. Our correspondent has the report.
As the International Day for Street Children is marked, witchcraft branding and accusations have been said to be the reason more youngsters are left on the streets by their parents and families. Street children are those kids who are either denied or rejected or disowned by their families and parents and are left to fend for themselves outside their home, many of who lack food, clothing, shelter, healthcare, and family concern. So let's hear from the citizens what they really think.
I think it's illiterate. Illiterate in the sense that a lot of parents, a lot of youth now, that are married today, a lot of you that are married today, they don't know how to take care of their children. Rather, they allow their children to be roaming about in the streets. They allow their children to be roaming about in the streets. I would say it's illiterate. And some of them that gave birth to all these children, it's not as if they have something tangible they are doing. What they do is that they leave their children in the morning. They will carry like all these alamajiris now. You see them around. So those people are people that some of them are some of them self, I think they have written them off from their family. So Inside, they will give birth to them. Early in the morning, they will carry plates and be roaming about looking for food. I would say it's illiterate. And even these people, if they're educated, they will know the number of children that they will give birth to.
Yes, something like children, let me say parents give birth to more children, you understand, that they cannot handle. Some children, let me say, if parents give birth to 2, 3 children, 4 children, maybe they can handle. Or some of them, they give birth like 7, 8, 10, you understand? That one will be much for them to handle. Most especially don't have much income, you understand? Yes, that one can lead them to leave some of them to go astray. That's what I can say for that one. Thank you.
The Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammad, said the call for his arrest and prosecution for admonishing the Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi over inciting the masses to violence is inexcusable. The minister stated this on Wednesday in London while reacting to the call by elder statesman and leader of the Niger Delta Forum, PANDEF, Chief Edwin Clark, that he should be arrested and prosecuted for spreading fake news about Obi. Lai Mohammed said he stood by his admonition of Peter Obi and his running mate, Dati Ahmed Baba, insisted that his advice was never premised on falsehood, asking what his offense will be. Is it by charging the vice presidential candidate of the Labour Party, who said on a live television that if the president-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu is sworn in on May 29, that will be the end of democracy in Nigeria? Is it for chiding him by saying that swearing in Tinubu on May 29 is like swearing in military regime? The minister queried. He said Baba Ahmed had never denied his statement made on live television. Mohammed also said that Obi had not publicly called his running mate to order over treasonable utterances. The position of the law is clear that anybody who is aggrieved over election results should go to court. It is not to start threatening Nigerians and heating up the political space simply because you lost an election, he added. We will now be going on a short break. We'll be right back. Please stay tuned. Welcome back and thanks for being with us. Osun State Governor Senator Ademola Adeleke has on Wednesday designated 64-block stall and 8 solar street light in Atakumosa International Market at Ilesha, its local government area of Osun State. Adeleke, while addressing traders at the commissioning of the market, urged traders in the state to be loyal and imbibe the virtues of good governance and avoid exploiting their customers by altering the settings of their instruments. Adeleke, while addressing traders at the commissioning of the market, urged traders in the state to be loyal and imbibe the virtues of good governance and avoid exploiting their customers by altering the settings of their instruments unjustly to cheat potential customers. The governor, who was represented by his deputy, Mr. Kola Adeusi, delegated traders to make judicious use of the stalls and also cautioned traders against any form of criminal connection or anything that can trigger a fire outbreak. It will be recognized that Atakumasa International Market was raised by an overnight fire outbreak in February 2020 and also in 2022, where goods worth millions of naira were obliterated. Adeleke further warned traders to be security conscious and avoid disposal of cigarette stumps and adulterated fuel inside the stalls. He stressed that the market will bring back those in the streets, thereby serving as empowerment. He added that the project was facilitated by Osun Community and Social Development Agency, Osun CSDA, was part of his 100 days in office dream come true, as markets are regarded as an important part of the economy. They also allow space where businesses, governments, and individuals can buy and sell goods and services and inject the much needed liquidity into the country's economy. People of diverse ethnic groups, racial backgrounds, and cultural traits are linked together in marketplaces, providing a physical setting for interaction between urban and rural cultures. Therefore, in doing the business of governance and as far as the administration is concerned, loyalty and priorities are the watchwords. Oweleketv appreciated the World Bank for their enormous financial assistance to the states. The federal government also congratulates Osun CSDA for the great feat and laudable achievement. The chairman of the Osun State Community and Social Agency, Mrs. Aderonke Fumi Abokele, said the market has vast potential in revitalizing the economy of the state, as well as the vast opportunities it holds for individual and commercial activities. The executive governor of Osun State is committed and dedicated to the improvement of the basic economic and livelihood of the people of Osun State. This is the provision of democracy dividends to the people. Electoral promises are translated into needed social amenities and development through Osun State Community and Social Development Agency, Osun CSDA. Osun CSDA is the agency that makes use of community-driven development, CDD, a bottom-up approach, and primarily finances micro-projects initiated by the communities. Senator Samuel Anyamu has been elected as the governorship candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) for the November 2023 election in Imo State. He emerged after a delegate election conducted at the party state secretariat in Owerri on Wednesday. Declaring the result, the chairman of the panel for the election, Kenneth Okun, disclosed that Anyanwu, who is a sole aspirant for the election, polled 802 votes, which had 950 members as accredited delegates. In his acceptance speech, Anyanwu thanked members of the party and delegates for finding him worthy to be the party's flag bearer in the governorship election scheduled for November 11. He assured all his party members of victory in the upcoming governorship election, as he noted that it will mark the beginning of a new dawn in the state. The party flag bearer promised to come up with his manifesto soon, while he revealed that security would top the list of his campaign promises, as well as the creation of wealth. He said, people of Imo who have been subjected to several inhuman treatments should look up to PDP. They can't wait to usher in a willful leader who will salvage them from insecurity. Today marks the journey he added. Anyanwu also commended the former governor of the state, Emeka Ibioha, who had earlier stepped down to contest the primary elections, insisting that his sacrifice for the party will never be forgotten. He urged the party to continue to remain united. In his earlier speech, the state chairman of the party, Charles Egu, congratulated Senator Anyanwu on his victory and expressed that the process for the election were all duly followed. April 11, 2023. Reverend Henry Ndukuba, the primate of the Church of Nigeria Anglican Communion, has admonished youths to seek and use the opening in every delicate time for public development. Ndukuba made the call at the opening of the Joshua Generational International Youth Conference Center named Understanding the Times, organized by the Church of Nigeria on Tuesday in Abuja. The clergy person instructed the youth to duck vices and invest their energy and intellect into profitable gambles for the intergenerational impact. According to the primate, we live in a veritable and delicate and intriguing times. It's important that we come to an understanding of what God wants us to do. He stated that there's furrowing violence, immortality, pain and query, generational instability, collapsing education norms, youth marginalization, and ardent juvenile fraudsters. Ndukuba added that there's ardent severance, affection, political misgivings, cultism, ancestral deification, drug abuse, and dirty pursuit of materialism. Every time and season comes with its own openings. God is calling us into a life of godly purpose, and we should supplicate and step into the openings He has for us. The coordinating bishop of the conference, Reverend Aloysius Abo, prompted the youths to take advantage of the opening in the conference this year. The coordinating bishop of the conference, Reverend Aloysius Abo, prompted the youths to take advantage of the opening the conference provides. We'll now be going on a short break. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Welcome back from the break, and thanks for staying tuned. Vice President Yemi Osibanjo on Wednesday presided over Federal Executive Council FEC meeting at the Presidential Villa Abuja as President Mohammad Buhari is down on a sanctioned visit to Saudi Arabia. While in Saudi Arabia, Buhari will perform Umrah, the lower passage. Before the council meeting commenced, Boss Mustafa, Secretary to the Government of the Federation, formally notified the meeting of the end of the former Attorney General of the Federation, AGF, Prince Bola Ajibola. The council also observed a nanosecond silence in honor of the late Ajibola, who passed on April 8 at the age of 89. At the last meeting on April 5th, the FEC approved 2 contracts worth 15.3 billion naira for the force and installation of information and communication technology, ICT factors, and digital backing bias for the 2023 National Population and Housing Census. The Federal Executive Council has approved the sum of 49 billion naira being the revised sum for the old Enugu Onitsha Road project. The Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, informed the State House correspondents that the FEC meeting headed by Vice President Yemi Osibanjo on at the Presidential Villa Abuja. Fashola said his ministry sought and obtained 2 approvals from the council, presented 2 memoranda to the council, and both were approved. The first is with regards to the contract cost revision by way of augmentation for the old Enugu Onitsha route from Opi Junction all the way to Odiujo to Anambra border in Enugu State. The augmentation was in the sum of 17 billion naira, which modified the contract sum to 49 billion naira with an additional completion time of 42 months. The minister stated that the second contract was a new contract for maintenance of the pavement of the Third Mainland Bridge. He said that maintenance will address the public concerns about the presence of potholes on the bridge. This was approved in the sum of 6.3 billion naira for a period of 24 months. This is in consonance with the Executive Order 11 signed by the President for the continued maintenance of public infrastructure. This contract answers the questions on potholes that have become manifest on the entire pavement of the deck of the bridge spanning 11 kilometers and the interchanges Adeniji, Dele, Adekunle, and Bagana ramps that all links to the bridge. Those who are familiar with the bridge will recall that all of these failures were not this manifest on the bridge as at the time the work was done, and the work that was done concentrated largely on the substructure of the bridge, the piles, the underway piles, the pile caps, and also the replacement of the extension joints and bearings. According to him, the maintenance work are critical to the structural integrity of the bridge, and the maintenance work will restore the driving surface and the aesthetics. 2 suspected Lagos-based robbers have been arrested by operatives of Ogun State Police Command after they unleashed terror on the residents of Ijebu-Ode, Ogun State. The suspected robbers were reportedly to have been terrorizing the people of Ijebu-Ode and its environs in recent times. The police public relations officer in the state, Abimbola Oyeyemi, revealed this in a statement on Wednesday. Oyeyemi described that the suspects Muyiwa Adebola and Lukman Ogun Muyiwa were arrested following a distress call received at Ibada Divisional Police Headquarters in Ijebu-Ode on the 26th of March 2023. He added that Nemesis caught up with them when a 6-man gang raided a new site in Imoru, Ijebu, and held people of the area hostage. The robbers disposed residents of their belongings ranging from laptops, 32 different phones, and a Cherokee Mercedes-Benz car with registration number KRD 570HM at gunpoint. One of the victims, Ayola Taiwo, was also shot and wounded in his knee by the robbers. The report shows the DPO Igbaba Division, CSP Musiliu Doga, led his men to the scene, but the robbers took to flight on sighting the policemen. They were hotly chased. Muyiwa Adebola was arrested at the Ilisa area of Ijebu-Ode, and one of the rock phones was recovered from him. On interrogation, he informed the police that the gang members were based in Lagos State, and he subsequently led the detectives to the Mushin area of Lagos State, where Lukman Ogunmuyiwa, who also confessed his participation in the robbery, was apprehended. Recovered so far from the 2 suspects are 3 HP laptops and 3 phones belonging to the victims. The PPRO, however, said the suspects have been transferred to the State Criminal Investigation Department on the order of the outgoing Commissioner of Police now, AIG, Frank Mba, for discreet investigation. Lagos State House of Assembly has blamed the state government for opting some authors of workers without expedient to the lawgivers for their webbing and verification. Lagos State House of Assembly has blamed the state government for opting some orders of workers without expedient to the lawgivers for their webbing and verification. The House made this effect known to a matter of urgent public importance brought before the House by the Deputy Majority Leader, Mr. Noham Adams, Etiose 1, during Grand. Raising the stare before Adams quoted Section 196, subsection 2, Section 198, and Section 126, subsection 3, which gave the backing to the House of Assembly in respect of nominations by the governor for movables. Section 126, subsection 3 provides that, except with the resolution of the State Assembly, no person shall act in the office of the Adjudicator General for a state or a period exceeding 6 months. As the chairman of the House of Committee on Legislative Compliance observed that the movables to board and other agencies weren't brought to the noble House, and if this persists, the principles of separation of power will be in jeopardy. Supporting Adams, Mr. Demola Kashimu Ikeja said the reservation of Section 198 should be rigorously stuck to by the state government. Kashimu said because similar movables were regarded null and void, every profit that had been paid to them should be returned to the resources of the state. Speaking on the same issue, Mr. Victor Akonde-Ojo observed that the situation happened in the bar where the selection was done without expedient to the House. Also, Mr. Lukman Olumwa Jerome Feladun lamented that similar movables without regards to the House were getting too numerous. Separation of power is a doctrine elevated in the Constitution. The superintendent has the right to nominate the people, and the House has the responsibility to either confirm or reject their nominations. Olumo prompted the House to look at the issue holistically to put an end to what could beget issues latterly. Speaker Mudashiru Obasiagege, who supervised the sitting, blended with other lawgivers that movables of similar nature without expedient to the House amounted to contraventions. The law of the House of Assembly has statutory vitals that appointees of the governor must appear for evidence. He further stated that he is apprehensive of the development in the Audit Commission and also the bone in the Law Reform Commission and now the Adjudicator General in some others. The House also ordered the immediate return of hires and remuneration enjoyed by the affected officers pending their appearance before the House. And that's all on the news on Oweleketv News today. You can follow us on our social media handles as flashed on your screen for all inquiries and advert placement. Ahead on a recap today, without Obidient, Nigeria would have been swept over by Tyranny, Shehu Sani. Witchcraft accusations, reasons for high rate of street children, CSOS. Lai Mohammad reacts to call for his arrests. Oweleketv commissions the Atakumosa market and urges merchants to stop altering measurement mode. That'll be all on the news today. Thanks for joining us. Until we see again, I am Francis Aitim. Bye-bye.